Welcome to Same Spit Different Face TV, where my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast, and it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. If you clicked on this video to hear Big Meech respond to 50 Cent and 50 Cent response to that, I need you to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Now, Spit Squad. Big Meech basically sat down and he wanted to get ahead of this thing. Now, my thought process is maybe that the ticket sales aren't going as great as people thought, especially since 50 Cent been clowning them, 50 Cent been calling them a snitch. And you got to think some of these artists are street artists. 50 Cent actually Skilla Baby. If I'm not mistaken, 50 Cent manages Skilla Baby now. Lil Meech said that in a text message like, yo, I bought you Skilla Baby and now you managing him with Rock. Whatever that may be, right? So Skilla Baby definitely gonna pull out if that is who he managing. Then I heard that Lil Baby pulling out of the situation. And I think it came from somebody had said something like, yeah, Lil Baby only gave Meech like $10,000 or something like that. He could have gave him more. One of Meech homies said that, right? And so that put Meech in a bad light. And that's why you got to watch the people who be around you, man. These people be entitled. The one thing you have to understand is Lil Baby was a baby when Big Meech was running through Atlanta doing his thing. So basically he giving you that 10,000 like, listen, OG, you came home, you did your bid, you stood solid, you could have told on somebody, you didn't, here you go. Like, and we know that ain't no money to Big Meech because we know Big Meech was a millionaire. But that don't have anything to do with Lil Baby. Lil Baby one of your homies. He not your son. He not, you know what I'm saying? Now, if your son would have gave you 10,000 when you came home and you was the reason he was able to be in the story and they wanted him to be in there because he looked like you and he your son and he'll get all of this type of stuff, then that's something different. But Big Meech basically sat down and said, yo, I've never told on nobody. Death before dishonor. And he saluted everybody who coming out. He told people to get their tickets and come out. Then 50 Cent did a response video where he basically did a voiceover on that video. And he was disrespectful. He called Meech the B-I-T word. And he said, you can't come out. He said, are y'all gonna be upset when Lil Baby not there, Skilla Baby not there, and some other artists. And then they said Meech's not gonna even be there. What 50 Cent is basically saying is, Big Meech is on house arrest. He can't come out after 6 p.m. So how he gonna even be there? Now, Big Meech has definitely played his cards wrong. I mean, imagine playing your cards good the whole 30 years you were in jail, getting out, standing next to somebody's enemy, and now they exposing or some of the alleged things that you've done, or some of the alleged things you've been a part of. This is a crazy situation, man. But Big Meech and 50 Cent, I don't think they're going to ever squash it because a rat is the worst thing you can call a person. And then not only is 50 Cent calling him a rat, he's giving a platform to Tammy Cohen, who is the one who allegedly put the deal together based off Meech. Now, when we look at this situation, it could be a situation where Tammy Cohen was just in love with Meech. She brought the situation to him and Meech allowed her to do it. That's one example of what could have happened. It could be a situation where Tammy Cohen was in love with Meech and Meech brought the situation to her and she followed through with it. That's two examples of what could have happened. And then it's a situation where, you know, Tammy Cohen could have took it upon herself and Meech never knew anything about it. But once Meech found out what she was doing, he just let her rock out because it would benefit him and his name wasn't attached to it. So he would have been fine with it. And they basically saying it was a third person cooperation. Basically, if you don't understand what a third person cooperation is, let's just say that you get in some trouble. You on the other side of this computer, you, the Spit Squad. Let's say you got in some trouble and you came to me and said, yo, Fairplay, I know a couple of things that's going on, but I don't want my name dirtied up. Could you go do XYZ, and do it on the benefit of me? And they gonna knock some time off of me. Well, obviously, Fairplay not doing none of that for you. Hey, if you did the crime, you need to do the time, 10 toes down, no snitching. Hey, and also, snitching is not to be confused with somebody who working a 9 to 5, somebody who trying to get their life together, somebody who living as a regular civilian. You go out there and knock them upside their head and they identify you, or
you go out there and you end up killing somebody in front of a civilian and that civilian tell, that's not snitching. Now, I do still understand that there's certain games that get played when people get caught in the middle of things that whether they shouldn't be caught in, whether it's their fault or not their fault. Somebody in the streets still gonna try to carry it how they feel like they should carry it in the streets. But if that person do decide to cooperate, you can't call them a snitch. But this 50 Cent thing has turned crazy, man. We thought Big Meech coming home would be the biggest thing ever, and it has been the biggest thing ever, but to Meech's detriment. I'm just wondering, how would this play out for Meech? How do Meech feel about this? It's all crazy to me. Man, I couldn't imagine some of the stuff that they going through right now. I can't imagine some of the things that's being done right now with Big Meech just trying to hold himself intact and hold his energy together. And also he said, man, Big Meech, he said, yo, I know they want me to crash out, but I'm not going to crash out. Now, that's another thing you got to look at, because your name is everything. And you Big Meech, you coming home, you done did 30 years. Nobody, well, Blue Da Vinci was saying he told, but, and then the guy Cuffy from St. Louis was saying he told, but their voices wasn't amplified into this. And if he would have never stood next to Rick Ross, he definitely would have been able to, you know, fly under the radar, because 50 Cent would have made sure that this stuff never came out. Because 50 Cent probably been playing the Lady Tammy, and the Lady Tammy probably been told 50 Cent some of these things. I believe 50 Cent knew this from the beginning, but 50 Cent had a mutual benefit of doing business with him, and he wasn't doing no street business. So 50 Cent probably looked at the situation and said, hey, yeah, he probably told on some people, but he never told on me, and I'm not doing street business with him. One thing, if you've read any of 50 Cent books, he want to compartmentalize everything. Just like if he know a person is a snitch, well, he's not going to do crimes around them. In one of his books, he talked about how Leo Corin told them, yo, don't do nothing in front of me, I'll tell on you. And everybody else was upset. And then 50 Cent told him, why you upset with him? He's not a street dude. Or why you upset with him? He's telling you what he's going to do. So what you have to do is adjust your behavior. So when you come around him, don't be trying to trade war stories in front of him. Don't be talking about this and that happened, because he's telling you if somebody presses him, meaning the police or the feds or whoever, he's going to give them all the information they need to convict you, anything that he may know. So from the standpoint of this situation, man, we have to understand that 50 Cent is petty. Is it right? No. Is it wrong? No. When you look at it, y'all might say, well, what is it then if it's not right or it's not wrong? It's preference. When you live by street rules, you stand up and you say, yo, if they go give me life, they're going to give me 30, 40, 50, 60 years. I'm supposed to stand on that if I'm living by the street rules. So from that standpoint, 50 Cent can't be wrong for calling him out. Oh, another important thing, 42 Dugg, who is obviously from Detroit. Big Meech is from Detroit, so they got that connection. And 42 Dugg ran through the streets, some of his uncles as well, so maybe he may have a direct connection to Big Meech. But 42 Dugg basically spoke out and said, man, if his name ain't in no paperwork and ain't no paperwork, what is y'all talking about? So I'm waiting on 50 Cent to reply to 42 Dugg. And as soon as he will, I'll tap y'all in. Now, follow me on Instagram at Fairplay_2333. I'm at about 60,000+ followers right now. I'm doing comedy, I'm doing skits, I'm doing Chicago do's and don'ts. So the things you should and should not do when you come through Chicago, and I'm doing weightlifting and basketball fitness, that type of stuff. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair.